Marian baseball sweeps Benedictine here this afternoon at Herbaker Field. James Bornick, just talk about how big this sweep was.
Yeah, it was really huge. As some people may know, we've been on kind of a slower pace recently. So come out and beat a good team like that twice and find ways to get around the bases in a lot of different ways. It was really nice. It's a good momentum shift.
Yeah, how big was that too? Because they had come in winning 7 in a row. I mean, I think you pulled in with a mark. Just how big was that when it comes to just trying to get momentum here in the final week of the season?
Oh, it was huge. We know the magnitude that we've been kind of under and all the kind of rough stretch that we've had going.
Sure.
Going into today, we knew that we had to take care of business, and we did that today.
This is a couple of wild games here today. Can you kind of talk about that first one? It was back and forth. It seems like people were scoring in every inning. Just what's the mindset when you're dugout knowing that runs are going up on the board every frame?
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you how many times the lead switched throughout that game, but when you get a game like that, when runs are going up every inning on both halves, it almost keeps you in it because we've scored 7 runs, 8 runs already. Why not we just keep going and keep that momentum going? It makes it more lively in the dugout.
Can you kind of talk about that mindset as well?
Yeah, I think one thing I talked to Gus Walker, our center fielder, about when I was out there in the field, we said slugfest because it was just back and forth. It was just, we really just had to show out for our pitchers. They were pitching their butts off, so we just had to go out there.
And when you go to the bottom of the 9th in that first game, can I talk about it? You're down 2, and you were able to scratch 3 out, and Keon hit a rocket to win it for you. Just kind of talk about the walk-off win and how big that was to get that rally there.
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing, to come out and win that first game, especially in walk-off fashion. Really just boost the momentum and the confidence going into game 2. It made it a lot easier to kind of get going into the second game versus a bad first game.
Game 1, you went yard again too. Just talk about that. Did you know it was gone when it went off the bat?
Yeah, that one I knew for sure. It was gone. First pitch fastball. I was just sitting 1 speed and he threw it. I was ready for it.
Mark, you got on base 8 out of 9 times today. Just talk about your feeling at the plate today and what you did.
I felt really good today. It was a nice change of pace. I've been kind of a rough stretch, but I put it together today, and I'm glad I got to do it for the boys today.
Can you talk about game 2 too? Because game 2 is you guys ended up with the lead here. You held on, but McLean did a nice job down the stretch there to log in some innings, and then Kaufman finished off. Just talk about how big was it to finish that sweep off?
Yeah, I mean, I know one thing our pitching staff always talks about is try to minimize the free bases, minimize walks and stuff like that, because that's what leads into teams getting momentum. And eventually we got to their bullpen, and that's what they did for us. They walked a lot of us, and we took advantage of their mistakes, and our pitcher shut it down after that.
Yeah, I think a lot of our runs in that one big inning that we scored 7 were off of just walks and just taking advantage of the free bases.
Have you ever had a 7-run inning with no hits?
No,
I can't say that I have.
I've never seen it.
All right, congratulations. Marian sweeps Benedictine here at the Herbaker Field. You can learn more about Marian baseball at saberathletics.com.